Wow. I did not believe that England would lose at home to Hercules. Shout out to Hercules, who do have a Euros. They do have a European trophy. Shout out to the boys in 04. Was it? I think was it Otto Ray Hagel. Shout out to your boy Otto Ray Hagel for that 04 dub. Said. Shocking. And yet again, rinse and repeat, Lee Carsley. And here's the thing. Two things can be right. 100% Lee Carsley, what was that lineup? You have an Ollie Watkins around. Even if Tony has gone to Saudi, he still exists. How are you going into a game without a recognized striker? You're not Spain. You are not Spain. You don't have the excellent midfielders that Spain had in a Juan Mata, a Fabregas, a Xavi, and Iniesta, and these guys that can thread the eye of a needle. You don't get to play without a recognized striker. England's culture, England's being is there is a recognized old school striker and you build around him. That's how you that's how you roll. But do you know who's going to be real happy? Southgate lives. Southgate lives. Oh, Southgate this. He's so boring and everything. And this is what I try to remind England fans. Southgate is trying to win. He's not trying to entertain, he's trying to win. England's football culture isn't entertaining. It simply isn't. To change that, you have to go to grassroots. England football can be entertaining, but because grassroots is so poisoned and so toxic, all of your ballers quit playing football in their teens because those brick coaches pretty much pushed away all the ballers. So all those ballers that you see on the streets in South London and all those guys, they never make it to 11 aside. So the culture that you've brought ain't going to have the ballers or the entertaining mindset. So your Joe Coles, your Palmers, Bellinghams, they're very few and far between. So Southgate used what he had to try to be effective. Southgate was the best thing for England, and their best chance at winning anything was through Southgate. Southgate provided the foundation. It was down to the players to execute. And what I'm going to teach you right now, guys, international football is different. Because two things can be right. The manager can be at fault, the players can be at fault. But what I keep on seeing is it's the manager. It was Svenn's fault. It was Capello's fault. It's Southgate's fault. And I say, wait, hang on. When will the players take some responsibility? When will the players take responsibility of not being able to adapt? Because one thing you have to understand is international football is not the same as club football. And players have to take it upon themselves to alter their game. You have to tweak your game because you're playing with different sets of players from who you're used to day at the club. And more so, the nature of international football, it's slower. It is not as fluid as club football. It is a different kind of a game. So you have to adapt. You can't just say, oh, this is what I do at Man City. I'm going to do this here. No, that's not how it works. That's simply not how it works. So Southgate was the best chance for England to win a trophy. Because what do the All England fans want? Attack. Look at all the amazing players we have. Look at all of these ballers. Let's take the shackles off and go to an attack. Oh, really? Go to an attack with what defense? Because last I checked, Rio doesn't play anymore. John Serie doesn't play anymore. Sol Campbell doesn't play anymore. Ashley Cole doesn't play anymore. Those were quality defenders who, okay, you can now attack because you know those guys can hold you back. None of those guys can play anymore. And England's defenders don't even come even in the same stratosphere as John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, Sol Campbell, Ashley Cole, or any of those dudes. So if you attack against really good teams, you're going to be destroyed. If Hercules was Spain, if Hercules was Argentina, if Hercules was a Portugal or was a France, bro, this should have been 4, 5, or 6 very easily. Let's talk about Philip. The worst thing that happened to the England team was Foden winning Premier League Player of the Year. Worst thing that happened. It takes a brave man. It takes a real brave man. It's a bold decision, a very bold one. Foden doesn't fit into this team. there are too many good players, specifically in his position, for Foden to be here. I thought we already established that Cole Palmer is the better player. He's a better footballer, he's more on form, and he simply has a higher ceiling. So the fact that Cole Palmer exists and is English, Foden doesn't have a place in this team. Because Cole Palmer's role is what Foden's role is, and Cole Palmer is better at that role. But because there is so much Foden here, and there is this need to be, but it's Foden, that's what's going to holding them back. If I was manager of England, seeing what Foden did at those Euros, you're not in my team. You have to prove as to why you should be in my team. But heck, there's no way in hell you are starting my team after that trash you pulled in at the Euros. So again, I said to myself, how the heck is Foden starting in this team? So that goes down to Carsley. But again, is there a manager strong enough to assess the talents and be like, I already have Cole Palmer. Where the hell do I have this bum ass Philip in this team? Yeah, he may be great for City. I watched him on the Euros. Guy's ass cheeks. Guy's total, complete ass cheeks. That was a prime ass cheeks performance at the Euros. He was garbage, filth, rubbish, nonsense, useless. That is the massive issue here. The need to push Foden. And again, this is what I said. Foden, you're not a baby. Oh, but I need the right coach, the right manager. And you have these numbskulls on TV who are like, someone needs to understand Foden. He has to play. He's so talented. The manager just have to figure him out. No. Foden, you have to adapt. You have to tweak your game. And you have to take some responsibility for what you're supposed to be doing. And Foden, credit to Foden himself, he even said about Southgate that it's on us. Southgate tells us stuff in training, and for some reason, we are not executing his plans during his, and I do not know why, which is why, guys, this goes deeper than just the manager. So if Foden says that he can't understand why they're not carrying out the instructions the manager gave them, this is deeper, this is psychological, this is mental. It's a deeper rooted problem about English football. It isn't as simple as, we just need to find the right world-class manager to really unlock these players. Okay. Yet again, he almost saved them. And that is what international football is about. Gid. Aspects of club football is about gid. Aspects of it, the entirety of international football is about gid. You're not used to these players. You're not used to this system. You don't play with these players every single time. You only meet 2 or 3 times a year. You can't form the chemistry and bond that you can form with your players at club level. And it's something that Messi realized. Because for a long time, Messi was like, no, this guy should be like Barca. This guy should be Barca. And what Messi realizes is that I have to adapt. Give me just give me the ball. I will take us to the promised land. Forget about, tiki-taka, 1-2, pass. Let's form no. Give me the ball. I will pop up. So every time you give me the ball, I'm going to create, or I'm going to score, I'm going to make things happen. Gid. That is what international football is about. And I think what Bellingham showed almost for that goal is when that opportunity lands, don't pass the ball. Don't try and look for a given goal, 1 or 2. You see the moments, gid. Shoot. Say what's up. More people in this England team need to follow the Bellingham lead. And especially people like Foden. It's not time to be like, hey, pass. No. You have to open up something different inside your brain psychologically. It's what Messi realized. Messi said, no, I need to remove all that club, Barca crap from me. I need to unlock something new psychologically and mentally. Because again, I'm sorry. This is embarrassing. With all due respect to Hercules, Palmer, Bellingham, Foden, all these players who are playing at the top level for their clubs, you were not able to figure out a way to beat Greece? Greece at home? As I said again, the manager should shoulder some blame. 100%. Tactics, strategy, formation. But at the same time, Bellingham, at least Bellingham, you did something. Palmer, we know what you're able to do. You play for Chelsea. Foden, you play for one of the best clubs in the world, and you are the Premier League's best player. So you've got to do something. You've got to make something happen. And this lot can be like, oh, Kazi. Yes, blame Kazi. Call Foden a bum-ass, useless player. And critique and criticize all these other players. The players have to shoulder the blame. I don't care whether how popular you are, how many Instagram followers you are, whether you're on the front cover of everything. This is me half up. Players should start taking the damn blame, but guys, it's a deeper problem. England can hire any manager in the world. Any manager in the world. They will run into the same issue because, guys, I'm telling you right now, it's not a manager issue. It's a psychological issue. It's a mental issue. And it is also an issue about the roots of England football and a lot of problems within the grassroots of football and the players that are pushed through the system and the kinds of coaching that's around. Why do we have a situation where, because I told you, England's manager should be English. He should be English. But why has an English manager never won the Premier League? Scratch that. How many major leagues has an England manager won? Think about it. You may have to go back to Bobby Robson and Barcelona. But the fact that I cannot name you a single truly world-class English manager in the last 20 years, that's a problem. Spain, conveyor belts. Italy, conveyor belts. Germany, freaking conveyor belts. But why is it that there is not a single English manager you can name that is a world-class manager? So you're telling me that the great England, who colonized most of the world, and it's a language that we're now speaking, you're going to have to hire a foreign manager. You cannot hire an English manager. Eddie Howe is good. Is Eddie Howe world-class? Harry Potter is good. Is Harry Potter world-class? And then you have to ask yourself, why is it that England do not have a manager today that you would consider a world-class manager?